Good morning, good morning, good morning. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, yes, I am out on my bike. Yes, we are still in lockdown, but yes, I am doing it completely legally. Not only because I'm on my way for my MOT, but also because you're actually allowed to go out on your motorbike. It states there you can go out for recreational purposes. Doesn't mention exercise, mentions recreation. And as long as you do it with no more than one person, and Nick's behind me, it's fine. Now, we're not even going out for recreation. Nick's got his first service booked for his MT-07 at Fowler's, and I'm on my way to Unity Road Motorcycles to get my MOT done, because there are no more extensions. All MOT stations are being requested to remain open to get rid of the backlog that's been created. And I know what that's like because I'm suffering it at where I work now. So there's a reason why I mentioned that, and a reason why I felt I had to justify myself. I put a video up recently, very recently, possibly today or yesterday, I don't know, not sure when this one's going out. But basically I went for a ride on my bike on a Saturday, and I rode down to my local dealership, which is about 10-15 miles away, in Bridgewater, because I wanted to peer and ogle through the windows at some of the bikes they had in the showroom. I put the video together, it's quite light-hearted. I made a tongue-in-cheek comment about social distancing from my wife to help with my mental health, and people took offence to it. To be fair, only on Faceturd, and I don't really use Faceturd very much, but that seems to be the catalyst for most keyboard warriors to get their knives and pens and index fingers sharpened. So basically the comment was something along the lines of, I hope you were happy and you enjoyed it and didn't put any more strain on the National Health Service. Well, I didn't. You all know how slow I ride, and I fully respect everything they do. You know that. You've heard me in many other videos saying what a grand job they actually do, and how underfunded they are, underloved they are. But yeah, that was basically the gist of it. So let's get a couple of facts out of the way. A&E is not affected by the current pandemic. The majority of admissions to A&E are caused by slips and trips. Now, if I slip on my bike, okay, I get it, that's just me being stupid, I deserve everything I get. If I trip on my bike, then that's just weird. The second biggest number of admissions, and get this, is DIY and gardening. And what's everybody been doing while they've been on lockdown? Yes, DIY and gardening. So while you're in there because you've cut the top of your finger off using the hedge clippers, I'm out on my bike, nice and safe, playing it steady. So all I'm going to say is keep your opinions to yourself, because they're not valid, they're not wanted, and they're not worth anything. Now, what I did, I was part of a group on Faceturd that these comments came from, so I thought, you know what, I'll give them the win. So I deleted the post and left the group. Job done, not a problem, it's not worth my time. It's a bit like when you get cut up at a junction by a car or a van. It's not worth your time, it's not worth your effort. Give them the win. That might be the only win they get in their sad little lives that day. So yeah, that's why I'm out on my bike. You can love it or leave it, you can leave a dislike, I don't care. It's not a problem. Huge amount of support from the people that subscribe to me and watch my videos, and I'm not in it just to try and please people. My channel isn't monetized. I do it because I enjoy it, and that's what I'm going to keep doing. So I want to quickly finish this one on a huge positive. Hang on, look at this. That is great. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning. We will remember them. Got distracted then. Get quite emotional around Remembrance Day and Remembrance Sunday. Being ex-forces, I tend to have a lot of links to the regiments and my own personal parts and branch of the Armed Forces, the Royal Air Force. And I know what it's like. I know what it's like to go through tough times. I served during Operation Desert Storm. And it's just nice for one day of the year to give a little bit of honour back to the guys that are no longer with us. So I won't take my hand off my steering bars. I won't take my hand off my handlebars, but I salute you all. So yeah, a little bit of positive now. So during the last lockdown, I had 3 weeks off. So while most people were actually at home doing their dangerous DIY and their killer gardening, I had 3 weeks and then I was back at work, and I have been ever since. Been back at work with less numbers, the job's been harder, and I'm actually still at work now. I'm not on lockdown now, so I work full time. Now during those 3 weeks of lockdown, what I will say is the only thing that kept me sane and kept my mental health tip-top as it is right now was YouTube. Do you know why? Because you can't trust mainstream media to give you the facts. You can't trust social media to give you the facts. You can't trust them because they're just trying to sell hours and minutes and penis erection medicine. Or maybe it's just me that gets that coming up on social media, I don't know. But yeah, they've got an ulterior motive. YouTube doesn't. YouTube is there to entertain and to educate. And you know what? It's free. And that's why I loved it so much. It kept me going through lockdown for the 3 weeks I was off. And hopefully, for some of you guys that unfortunately are on lockdown for a lot longer, it kept you going as well. And that's what kind of slingshot me into doing my own channel, is because I enjoy watching other people's. I thought, you know what, I'd like to have a go. And I thank everyone who's watched, subscribed, and just have a quick wipe of the front of the camera because it's getting a bit misty. Watched, subscribed, liked, left comments, especially the guys that leave comments, good and bad. Shows you care. It shows that you're prepared to give up a few moments of your time for me, and I like that, and I appreciate it. So what I'm going to do, and I don't know whether I'm going to do it on the 1st of December or on the 1st of January, is I'm going to delete all social media from my mobile phone, with the exception of YouTube, which I don't consider social media, but my daughter does. And I'm going to do it to try and see how it affects my mindset throughout that month. Now I don't know how it's going to work. First thing I do in the morning, and I have trained myself now to wait until after I've got myself showered, dressed, and my breakfast and cup of tea made before I even look at my phone. However, as soon as I open it, the first thing I do is I check social media. I check for all my notifications. And is that right? Is that me being led by social media? Am I a slag for a like? I don't know. I don't know. But hey, here's what it is. I'm going to try it and then see how we get on. I hate this junction because it actually comes around really sharp on this roundabout. And the thing is, most people don't use this lane anyway because this turns into a bus lane, so cars aren't allowed to be in it. But yeah, I'm going to try that. Yeah, I'm going to try it. Let me know what you think. Have you ever tried it? Have you ever tried to delete social media? How long did you last? Are you still lasting? But I'll leave that with you. We're nearly in Bristol. We're not a million miles away from Fowler's. Take care. look after yourself, be careful with all that DIY and gardening, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.